Give me an example, but perhaps of the diversification in a country, say, like Finland compared to South Korea.
All right. So in Finland, for example, the diversity is not that huge. As you can imagine, it's what, like 2 or 3 different species, and the harvesting is very important. The wood production is very important. On the other hand, in South Korea, there's a big diversity, and the forest there is more seen as a resource for really biodiversity and as a recreational thing, yeah, for the people, but not so much as a source of wood.
All right. So given that diversity, there are still shared messages that you should be talking about as forestry students.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay. And there's a perception, well, obviously it's a huge part of the debate for our world's forests here at COP17
Yeah.
and beyond. But is there a perception that foresters spend too much time in the forest, they're so involved in their work, that perhaps they need to get the message out to the wider world?
Exactly, and that's why we're here in COP17, and why IFSA as an association tries to get the students to attend those big events. Because back at home, the education we receive is still quite traditional, and we are not pushed to go to these kind of events to get to know what it is like to be in those events and to learn about RED, for example, to know the different problems which are bounded to RED. And so it is really important for us to, as you said, to get the foresters out of the forest and to bring them here. And by that we try to build kind of this new generation of foresters who would really get involved in those big processes.
I mean, can we talk in very general terms about the state of the world's forests? I mean, obviously it's a major concern. I mean, it's your livelihood, the future of the world depends on it. I mean, how are we looking after our forests?
Wow, that's really hard to say, to be honest. I think it really depends on the different regions in the world. As you might hear, when you're attending COP17, I mean, it's different from Europe, for example, where it's still really a big source of wood and where sustainable management is really important. On the other hand, in tropical countries, for example, it's a lot about RED and still about having people really needing the forest in their everyday life to live, which is much different from Europe. So I would say that we're taking care of our forest, but it could still be improved in a way.
And what do you hope for from COP17?
I would say that we hoped that it is understood that forests are really essential and that they're not only a carbon sink, as we may tend to hear it, but that they're a whole ecosystem which is important really as a whole, and that we need to take care of it and to think about it as something, for livelihood, for wood, for carbon sink, for biodiversity and all of this stuff. And I would, really wait that the politics really realize that in the way they make their decisions.